before they got buffed in PvP, so it would make sense they'd be showing up here as well.
Yeah, that's because the best counter Protoss really has to Void Rays is more Void Rays.
Yeah.
I mean, because Stalkers aren't good.
I mean, they're good. Stalkers are good early, but yeah, the later the game goes on, the harder it is to make those work.
All right, anyway, here we are in the bottom right-hand side of the map. It's Freak of StarCraft 2's stats.
And in the top left, it is the blue Protoss. Zoun or Zoun, depending on what you want to call him here today.
That is the tricky one.
And he is, in fact, Alpha X.
Yes.
Got Zeus in chat saying, "What up, go?"
The Alpha X boys supporting their own, which is awesome to see.
Yeah.
On the ladder, I personally refer to them as the Alpha X Horde, because there's a bajillion. It's just such an awesome clan that there's tons and tons of players in it.
True fact.
Okay. Double gates, mirror opening for both these players. The Probe Scout in PvP, however, is actually being neglected by Zoun. Not getting up in stats is business.
No, just making some assumptions. He knows what's happening, which can be dangerous. He has a really early pylon. And that's something that Stats is going to notice, is there's a missing pylon around here. So either it's just a fake out, or it's an attempt to hide some tech. Either way, I like it.
Yeah.
Any kind of a proxy.
I feel that this is just a fake out to make Stats worry a little bit, and I dig it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is basically akin to building, as Terran, building your barracks inside your natural setback, so the scouting probe freaks out. There's a proxy on the other side of the map. Basically that.
Double Adepts.
Well, so, yep, to double Stalker for Zoun.
Yeah, look at this.
Check it. Yeah, Stats, second probe out, being like, all right, what is happening? What are shenanigans going on here? The probe wants to know what's coming, but also doesn't want to die. So, kind of trying to balance that.
Very human of the probe.
Yeah, and doesn't actually get the scout, unfortunately.
Oh, no. Oh no! Oh, the Adepts, they shade away!
Oh.
That is one lucky probe. Stats has to come back with the Adepts.
Are you... Wow. Alright, run, probe! Okay, that's hilarious.
Adepts always finish the job.
They sure do, especially against defenseless workers.
Okay, a Nexus on the way.
Yeah, and a Stargate opening from Zoun. Loving that. Let's go. Time for Void Ray shenanigans. We're going to clash down there to the south. Couple Stalkers versus a couple Stalkers and a couple Adepts. Not really the numbers favoring Zoun here, but... Wait, where are the Adepts? Oh, the Adepts actually continued onward. This could be a little bit dangerous unless the Adepts get stuff done on the other side. And you need to block that real bad. Do not let Adepts inside your main zone. Good, smart, good block. Alright. That is one of the more disastrous things you can do in StarCraft, is in PvP allow 2 Adepts into your main. Yeah, shoo, says the sentry.
Oh, the Stalkers for Zoun do actually catch Stats as Adepts.
That's big. Are you going to get both of them? I think so.
Yeah, that's a nice win.
Oh, it escaped with like 2 HP.
Lucky
3.
lady. Forge on the way here for Stats. Going for a Blink Forge play against his opponent, who's gone for a Stargate, 1 Oracle, followed by a second.
I don't know how I feel about 2 Oracles, but...
Yeah, in comes this Oracle. Gonna see the Stalkers and just no parade out of there.
So waiting for the Oracle. Stalker's there for stats inside of his main. Scouting the Oracle is a Phoenix. Twilight Council coming in back home for Zoun.
Yeah, Joan has got his 2 oracles, but then it's going for pretty much the same build stats went for, just with the oracles added into it.
A little stasis trap tossed down.
Yeah, I like that. Robo on the way for stats, a couple of extra gateways. There is a chance he may get aggressive in this match. Really though, I mean, I don't know if there's a ton of room for either player to get aggressive. Definitely not Joan, as he invested in the 2 oracles, which would take away from any attack he went for. Good reaction, by the way.
Yeah, it was almost death right there.
But then at the same time, stats, yeah, he really can't attack because Joan isn't that far behind him. So we see stats going into a robo, making an immortal behind this. No plans for an immediate attack.
He's deflecting this Oracle stuff real nicely, though. I like it. Getting revealed, but hey, to be expected. Robotics Bay coming in here for stats, probably for disruptors. Pretty darn popular in this matchup. Could also be Colossus, I suppose, but I'm putting money on Disruptor here.
Most likely a safe bet. Something I do like to see is the speed which Joan has gone for his 3rd Nexus, quicker than that of stats is by a decent margin, but not a huge enough margin to leave him very vulnerable. And he's actually going for a Templar Archives before he elects to go for his own Robobay. We are having quite a gentleman's PvP between these 2 players so far.
Yeah, they're both pretty happy just to sit back, macro up. I tried to sell this big aggressive PvP coming into the series, and no sir. How about we both max out before we attack?
On Submarine, nonetheless.
Handshake? Gentleman's agreement?
Okay, stats getting out a Colossus. It makes you wonder if this is literally just for the purpose of breaking force fields if need be. Or if he'll go for multiple, but he is getting extended thermal lance, so you never know. And Joan is actually much later in his Robotech, so maybe stats as Colossus will be able to help out a fair bit. And he's actually going for double production, so yeah. Wants out a good number of Colossus now that he's got out a baseline disruptor count. Yes.
Yes.
Stargate on the way for stats. 4th base on the way for both players. Once again, Jones is a little bit earlier than his opponent. He's also riding at a higher probe count, which in a passive match is good for him. Stats, though, is the player so far who's interested in getting up the better tech, it would seem, with mixing in some Colossus into his army, +1 air weapons already on the way, a Stargate already on the way, although Joan, of course, already has his from the early game.
Stats poking out a bit. Kills a stasis ward. Revelation gets tossed down. Zoun has perfect view on what's going on back there, and Stats says, I don't like that. We're going to back up a bit.
Yeah, that was just Stats kind of bluffing. In reality, he's building 3 more Stargates behind this and a Fleet Beacon. This is actually quite a large investment, so if Joan does get aggressive, Stats could be left a little bit vulnerable. Maybe. And there we do see, though, Joan going for his own Stargate.
And Fleet Beacon's on the way. You gonna see carriers here? Tempest, maybe?
Yeah, carriers, Tempest, both.
Yeah, porque no los dos.
Lord knows there's enough cannons being built on the map.
Seriously. Alright, carrier production has begun from Stats. Carrier production all the way from Zoun just a second later.
I like how they each just start building 1, but then Zoun, or Joan, fires up 2.
Uh-huh.
But then Stats is now building 2.
And 3 for Zoun.
Oh! Joan takes the lead. Oh, Stats ties it up, though. And he's got the extra Stargate. Is he going to make it 4?
I'm gonna mine this map out.
It is submarine, so it wouldn't actually take that long. And there we go. Stats now building 4 at a time against the 3 of Joan. How about that? Who is the first one to get a mothership?
I'm gonna say Stats.
I think that's fair. Disruptors. Oh, Joan wins that skirmish. How about this? A Disruptor Nova explodes when it crosses an opponent's Disruptor Nova.
Ooh.
It's just Disruptor Novas all the way down.
Ah, Disruptor down for Zoun. Or Sky Tossing.
Getting payback. Look at the units lost tab this game. Like 5 things have died for Stats.
Yeah, it's a pretty efficient play.
Joan has got
slow.
Stats out of position a little bit, it would seem, and now he's going to hit the natural base. And he's even bringing his 3 carriers. Now, where's the carriers of Stats? There's the 4. The positioning, though, is actually really darn good for Joan.
All right, couple gateways down, got some damage done there. Stats losing stuff. Shield battery picked off.
Should Stats just recall part of his army to split it up? I mean, his 3rd base is kind of being romped. He can't attack in with his carriers alone because they'll just lose out to the stalkers, but he is going to take a fight. In go his carriers. The bees are fighting each other.
Heckin' bees. Disruptors are kind of keeping the ground army away here, too.
Stats focusing the carriers of Joan, gets one of them. Going to be able to grab a second and force a recall?
No. Uh-oh, that's another dead carrier.
Oh.
So, a base, 13 probes. Oh, and actually a canceled base for Stats on the right side.
Yeah, Stats is super far ahead in the carrier war, though. Like, Stats all the way up to 8 carriers versus the 1 of Joan. Joan says, well, I better build some Tempest to counter this. But I'm a little bit worried of the counterattack potential now. Oh!
The hits!
These carriers are all of a sudden by themselves to a great extent.
Z says, please don't let there be a base trade at the end. Wow, you hate base trades? Who hates base trades? Interesting thing.
Well, he's cheering for Joan, so maybe that's why.
Oh, I mean, you think Stats is an advantage in a true base race scenario?
I don't know. I mean, he does have 8 carriers to 1.
That's not good. This is actually really bad. But the Tempest count.
Yeah.
Tempest outranges the carriers.
They do. They will destroy the carriers, as a matter of fact. And so Stats has got to turn around and go home as he's throwing up a 5th base. I mean, Joan has got his own 5th base on the way. He's got a 6th base that's just finished up. Although Stats may have something to say about that, but then look at that. Carrier's getting abused a little bit. Does Stats start building his own Tempest, or I really don't know. Oh, because one carrier almost dead.
Yeah, that kiting micro from the Tempest, pretty good. Gotta be pretty good to be at this level, though.
Oh, Tempest coming on in. Stats, blinks. Gonna be able to grab a Tempest. Tempest abs are really bad against anything that isn't an air unit.
Yeah, a couple of them go down. That sucks.
Oh!
But carrier down.
Good disruptor hit.
Ooh, oof. Warp Prism taking some damage.
Oh, another dead carrier.
Another carrier. Okay. Zoun patiently picking away at the Sky Toss enemy here.
Oh.
Another carrier. Yep, down.
Nice.
Tempest down, and that's it for now. Tectonic Destabilizer is on the way. Bonus damage versus buildings, right?
Yeah.
Or is it all ground units?
Oh, God. I think it's... Is it massive? No, it's just buildings. Just buildings.
Just buildings. Yeah. That's what I thought.
I really don't know how to commentate this. Cause like, in goes stats, he's gonna try and take a fight. He blinks on top of the disruptor, but then has to skedaddle as 3 more Novas get tossed out. As he's pushing forward, however, he's going into more Novas, dodges the Novas, blinks forward, fires a zone, gets a huge connection on the Stalkers of Zoun. I don't know if it's enough to make an attack work, however, as it looks like Stats' army is faltering Zoun with the quicker reinforcements, but then in goes a bunch of Zealots. Oh my gosh, what is life? As...
the Zealot's doing some good work. Disruptor hit on that Archon does bring it down to low shields, but still alive. And suddenly everything for Zoun is gone.
Yeah, he's got DTs though. A Disruptor kills 5 Stalkers before the DTs finish it. Stats needs detection now though, as the DTs are gonna chase him home. Oh my gosh, is he gonna? Yes, he kills 3 DTs with the Disruptor, but then there's even more coming from behind.
Stalkers fighting Tempest, taking most of the hits, but that means the defending Stalkers can actually kill some of these Stalkers. Big warping of stats there. He's got his DTs. Oh, Nova whiff. Good micro from Stats. It's 156 to 95 supply for Zoun, though.
Yeah, Stats. Oh, eats a big Disruptor hit.
Stats has no army left. He's at single-digit army supply.
Yeah, he got squat.
Prism.
Stats has got squat. He fires up 2 Disruptors and was like, well, turns out that fight didn't work.
He doesn't have the money to replace his army. It's 76 to 28 supply. I think that's GG.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. How about that crazy fight? GG.
That's kind of wins the crazy fight and then loses the war. That was something.
Yes. How about
maybe
that?
Stats stuck around too long. It was just like,
yeah. I think he maybe should have retreated, but it was weird. Like, basically from the start of that fight, he was down on supply. So, I don't know.
That's true. Wow, that was nuts. I thought for sure Zhao's army was getting crushed. Stats was going to kill that base, and then he was going to win the game. But no. Flipping it around real fast. Going to be on Romanticide for game at number 2 here. Thanks to everybody who has used the Matcherino code.
Yeah, big thank you.
Great micro for sure. Let's see, who's someone recently? Anyway, Romanticide. It's a nice, pretty pink map. Lots of flowers and trees and stuff.
Yes, very pretty. A very pretty place to build a bunch of carriers. In the bottom right-hand side of the map, we have got Stats Boys.
And in the top left, representing Alpha X very well so far, it is Zoun.
Okay. Probe Scout for Zoun once again. Not going to do that hidden pylon he did at the start of the game, it looks like.
Mirror matchup production tab being very mirrory here. Scout arriving same time, both sides of the map. Stat scouting in, Zoun scouting in. Z says, I always try to bring my girlfriend, Miss Adept, to Romanticide on Valentine's Day. I bet it's pretty booked. Like, unless you make a reservation early, you know?
Yeah. Romanticide is a very nice looking map. Adepts from Stats. Stalkers from Joan. Oh. Stats plops down a pylon.
For what purpose? I know not.
To see what he can see.
I guess.
So now Zoun's gonna have to keep his stalkers at the top of his ramp until that gets cancelled.
Fine, I guess.
It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Oh, sneaky adepts by Stats. But I don't see Zoun missing this wall in, but then at the same time, a cheeky Zoun uses his probe, so it has to skedaddle back up there in order to get that wall off. It does, though.
See you. Zeus, you are with us on that.
Yes, definitely. All right,
lot of
6 adepts. Yeah, how about that? What, when 6 adepts or 2 stalkers? I feel these adepts are going to do pretty well for themselves as they jump and just mob this one stalker.
Stats sure think so. Loses an adept.
2 more come in, however.
Mass adept.
Oh my gosh, is he just going to push those across the map? Zoun tosses up a shield battery because he's scared. Yeah. How about that? The old 7 adept push. But now there's 5 stalkers, so...
Yeah. Suddenly the math doesn't quite work out.
No.
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 Really?
Stats commits on, and does he just recall, or...?
Well, he got a sentry, and then just tries to shade out, but he's going to lose most of his
He
adepts.
must recall, right?
No, I don't see it.
Okay, just shades on out.
Yeah, regular old shade.
Don't ask me for the math on that one, but it was 4 adepts, 2 stalkers, and 2 sentries, which I guess is height.
The worst. Dark Shrine, about 50% complete. That takes a while to complete.
The adepts finish their shade to grab 1 probe. Gonna shade on out, but I feel like this will cost Stats an adept or 2.
Uno adept.
And oh, he's gonna load him into the prism. You're so smart, Stats.
Yep.
This could actually get a lot of damage done.
Resonating glaives on the way.
The stalkers, they found the pylon with the where the DTs are warping, and this is huge for Stats.
Oh my gosh, he totally sees it. The adepts are running for their little adept lives. Or the probes are running for their lives against the adepts.
Did Stats clue into this, though? He's making another immortal. Where is his observer? It's across the map. Stats saw this, but he didn't see it. Really late reaction.
Did he make some assumptions?
Yeah, was he expecting this to be a big stalker attack or something? There's his observer coming back now.
7 probes down hurts, though.
Yeah.
8 probes down hurts, though. It's 37 to 29 workers in favor of Zoun.
Joan recalls the DT to keep it alive. Nice use of that.
Someone in chat says the Korean chat is just criticizing player performance. Fair enough.
Ah,
That
so
is
it's
the
like
function of
regular
chat,
chat then.
apparently. Yeah. Just like English chat.
Yeah, Resonating Glaives is on the way for stats, so presumably he's just going to go for a big attack like he kind of had planned initially. He is up on army supply. He does have the 2 Immortals. There isn't a single one out yet for Zoun. He's making 1 now. He's got a battery on the way at his natural, but yeah, this push by stats could actually be game-ending here. More Adepts warping on in. I'm quite concerned for Zoun.
Yeah, this is crazy. Have I ever seen a PvP where so many
Oh,
Adepts
the
are out?
force fields lock out the Immortal. Is it far enough away from the battery? Looks like the answer is yes, so it goes down. That's really painful for the Protoss player. Stats is pushing forward into the battery overcharge regardless, but that's going to end in a second here. Probes have already started to die as they've been pulled to the front lines.
Yeah, 2 Immortals versus 0 Immortals is never great. DT's going ham on the other side of the map, though, but it's not enough. Stats ties the series up 1-1.
GG.
Resonating Glaive Adepts and some Immortals and some Stalkers. Okay, it was more complicated than that, but still. Yeah, both players taking a bunch of damage to their economy. The DTs did more work than they should have, but at the end of the day, just too much army. Not enough for the young Protoss player, Zoun, to get the win. But well done by stats. All right. So moving into Dethora. Great map for macro games. Might see some more SkyToss versus SkyToss stuff here. Could be fun.
Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, the event replays for this can be grabbed on the Matcherino. And make sure to go use that coupon code AW72.
Yeah, I've got some coupon codes remaining. Thanks to everybody who's used them so far. Thanks to Aki for shouting those out. Really appreciate it. And yeah, Dethora. Honestly, might be the most macro map in the current ladder pool.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I get a replay pack from a premier tournament, I look at the longer ones, and Dethora seems to be more there than other maps. Just, it's easy to take a third, basically, is what it is. You can defend a third real easy on this one.
And it seems quite balanced, too, that like any race can really macro up on it.
Yeah, totally.
So that is cool to see. Anyway, here we are in the top left-hand side of the map, representing Alpha X and representing them well. He's Zoun.
And in the bottom right, the legend. It is Stat.
Yeah, Stats, I think, has won his last 2 of our events, I want to say. And so we'll see if he can take a third. Gotta beat the young upstart, however. Descriptor saying, Afrika, thank you for all the Starcraft. I buy LG displays and I try really hard to buy Hot 6 someday. I wish I brought more Hot 6 back from Korea.
Maybe it'll start getting sold in North America.
I would drink it instead of water if I could.
Whoa. Hang on, now I gotta see if it's over here.
I'm sure you can get it in like some novelty shops.
Yeah, there's like international stores. There's one of those not too far from my house. Hot 6.
Or you can probably get it on Amazon in this day and age.
Ooh. Amazon. Hot 6. Energy drink. Currently unavailable.
No! Amazon, you failed us.
You have super failed us. Instacart has it. Maybe. Nope, just kidding. Not available.
You guys want to make some money? Import some Hot 6.
Yeah, it is super unavailable. I'm looking everywhere. All right, lesson learned. Starcraft is happening.
Yeah, Stats is sending out a lot of scouting probes, and I find that really curious. Like, he has one coming home, and then one moving up north. He is taking the Joan threat very seriously.
Hey, we're tied up 1-1. That's fair.
Stargate, once again from Joan. Oh my gosh, the scouting of these guys.
You're really paranoid. I mean, in fairness, it can happen at any time. It only looks dumb if there's nothing to find, but then you're a genius if you find something.
That is true, and oh, Stats grabbing these two Adepts, nicely done. We'll see if he's actually able to kill any. Joan trying to do that cute body block to prevent an extra shot or two getting off, and it looks like it works, keeping both of those Adepts alive.
Beautiful.
Look at the mind games between these two players. Joan's like, oh, Stats will probably send his Stalkers north, so I'll just pull my Adepts into the way of danger, because that's what I do. Twilight and Forge on the way for Joan, so once again, just going into that, just after delaying the tech a little bit to get up the Stargate.
Yeah.
Oh.
The link getting started down south. Oracle sneaks past the stalkers that are looking for it. Don't get greedy. Just get natural. Good. Yes. Delicious. Delicious probe deaths.
Oh, there's actually not much in the main. So 4, 5 nice. Probes.
Sentry's chasing it off with our anti-air tickle beam.
That's a lot better than game number 1, that's for sure.
Yeah. And blink on the way from Zoun now, too. So both players getting that blink, obviously, a little bit later for the red Protoss, but that'll be all right. Robotics Facility coming up here from Stats. And sharking around with the depths a little bit. He's like, you know what I saw at that natural base was not much defense.
Yeah, the 3 sentries are coming forward. The Adepts, however, are going to be engaging. The Oracle jumps in for the moment of opportunity. Only going to be able to grab 1 or 2 probes.
4, not bad. I mean, both Adepts died, which sucks, but hey, 4 worker deaths is okay.
Yeah, the Oracle being sacked amidst that. I don't know if that was worth it. However, Joan does have a rather significant worker lead this game.
Indeed.
Look at that. He goes for the quicker third Nexus once again, too. I like the confidence from this guy. Like, you're playing against Stats. What are the odds that Stats is going to throw up a million gateways and go for a big attack? I mean, not that high, I don't think. So going for a quicker third is something that I really enjoy. And he's just ahead in the economy by a good amount.
Yeah, just keeping constant tabs on each other here, scouting around. Temple Archives on the way from Zoun.
Yeah, Stats does scout this, so this could make him a little bit worried too about a potential large attack coming his way. And that may be rightfully so, as Joan is producing an extra 6 gateways, so that's going to bring him up to a grand total of 10. If my math checks out there, and that could be leading into a rather significant attack on his opponent. Looks like Stats is going to try and hit Joan before he's ready for his own attack, potentially. So he just blinks on into the main base of his opponent. He's bringing in the sentry, so he's going to be able to force field that ramp. We may need to see a recall into the main base, but there's not enough energy on that Nexus to make that happen. Joan's warping in what he can, but Stats may just have pulled a sneaky one on him.
Force fielding the ramp, my least favorite move in all of StarCraft.
Hey,
causing him to recall from his natural.
It's a little cheesy, but it works, and now Stats with an overwhelming force in the main base of Joan. Joan's got to pull the probes in here to try and make this work.
On the other side.
Looks like the Oracle, or a newly built Oracle, was getting some damage done, but I don't know if that's going to matter, as Joan is just falling in the numbers game. He's got a bunch of Zealots working on stats as Stalkers. Charge is not yet done, however. It's going to be another 10 seconds or so. This is close, but I think Joan may just falter here.
Yeah, he's down 37 to 13 army supply. The shield battery overcharge not enough to save you from 9 Stalkers shooting you in the face. Because even Zealots can't do it, and Stats takes the 2-1 lead in 8 minutes.
Wow. How about that?
Yeah, it was just constant scouting, building up, and then Stats said, I'm going for it.
Yeah, no, that was straight up killer's instinct by Stats, just being like, oh, you're going to be going for a big attack against me, but I know that you've got a power-up period, and I'm going to kill you before that.
Yeah, just finding that little tiny window where there's some vulnerability. That is a lot of what Starcraft is about. I remember watching a couple games between, who was it? Clem and Cyril last year, where Cyril was kind of in love with this fast spire thing, where he'd get mutas out pretty quickly. It's hard to deal with. And then Clem just recognized there was this window where Cyril was cutting corners to get that fast spire out, and showed up, killed him, and that completely shut that down. So yeah, you can do that. If you can identify these little windows, you can get a lot of wins against your opponent. That was just Stats being genius level Stats there. 40 chess all the way. We're going to be back on Jagannatha for match number 3. A very green map. The speed zones help.
Mm-hmm. In the top right, we have got the red Protoss player representing Alpha X. He's Joan.
And in the bottom left, Stats. Truly one of the longest... How do you say this? He's just been elite for so long. He's just always been around. Every Premier Tournament, every BlizzCon, every World Championship for the last several years, Stats has been here. He's been a constant force. He's been terrifying every time.
Yeah. Yeah, the best way to put it is that he's been posting results for the longest time.
Yeah. I don't know that he's had the highest highs of anybody, but just longevity and being in the mix all the time so long.
Yeah, there's not a lot of players that post that as well as Stats does. Like, I try and think about that, and I'm like, maybe TY, maybe Dark, who've been around dominating for as long as Stats, but yeah, no one I think has been as consistent as Stats. And now he's looking good to move on into the finals of another Afrika World.
Yeah, that's true. Nice little warm-up for Katowice. Get some serious competition, serious PvPing, maybe some PvT action later. Not bad. Chance to win a cash prize while you're at it.
Mm-hmm. Which you, the viewer, can increase. Use the Matcherino code, AW72.
Still got some of those left. Again, just click on the Matcherino link up above the chat there. And then when you go ahead and donate and just do code AW72, free 50 cents to toss at these players. Not out of your own pocket. They will appreciate the gesture.
Descriptor says, I'm confused. Why no deep discussion of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at the start of the game? Did we do that at some point?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That might be a reference to Tastosis.
Oh, okay.
Right. They love their tangents. Which,
yeah.
I mean, we do too, but I think they've got us beat in that category.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been doing it for so long. I think that the most #1 brought up thing is probably Battletoads in the GSL.
Yeah,
it's like
been memed all the way there and back. Yep. Hey, we're pronouncing Zoun correctly. Excellent.
See, but now you're gonna think about it and you're gonna pronounce it wrong. That's how it works.
I know. If I say it enough, it just becomes second nature, but that takes a little bit of time.
It's hard because we did pronounce it alternatively for a significant amount of time.
Yeah,
and then it's like, you've been doing this wrong. It's like, what do you mean? I've been riding a bike for years. I'm surely I'm doing it right. It's like, no. You know what would be an interesting thing? Because, I mean, Zoun's been around for quite a while. I mean, like, he was around in the Kespa days, I believe, I want to say. At least for part of it. And so I want to watch one of his games and see how the commentators pronounced it then.
Ooh, I bet we could find that. Here, I'm going to Google. Let's see. Zoun videos.
Alright, adepts are being used to bully each other a little bit. I mean, Zoun has come out on the worst end of things, losing 3 probes, but he did get one of Stats' sentries. Looks like he's going to shade in with his adepts. Gets another sentry for the price of 2 adepts, which is, alright. Not great.
Not great, not terrible. Okay, I found a match from 2018.
2018?
From GSL. You want to go further?
Yeah, I think you got to go further back.
Okay. 2016.
2016. I think that would be good.
2015.
Oh.
How far back can we go? I think 2015 is about as far as we can go. So we'll try that after this. See what it says. Thank you, the Taminian, for contributing to the match arena.
All right, third base on the way for the players once again. Zoun ahead with the third timing. Seems to be a trend in this series. Six gates on the way. Oh. Is he going to be getting a little bit blink aggressive? As he throws up Templar Archives, it's looking like he's just powering up before. Permission to post a link, says Zeiss. If it lets you, I say go for it.
I don't know if it'll let you is the problem.
That is the problem.
I think I've tried before and it's like, no. Alright. So Zoun saturating that third base, as you've been needing to do. Going for charge. Zoun a little bit early here. What's he doing with that?
I mean, he was like 10 seconds away from charge when Stats killed him in the last game.
Yeah, fair. Would have been nice to have.
Stats himself this game is actually getting up a Templar Archives. So neither player going for disruptors. So that's a bit of a development. As they both just start or continuously keep spamming out those hallucinated Phoenix. Fourth's on the way for both of these players. Making me wonder if we're going to see carriers this game. Which I get the feeling we will.
Alright, Zeiss, what's your link about? What are you trying to do here? We can talk about it, maybe.
It's probably a Zoun game, I bet.
Could be, could be. Yeah, the macro on display here is a little bit nuts.
What happened to PvP? I was promised a clown fiesta.
I know. There's no clown fiesta at all. Just very safe, careful stuff.
Joan actually decides to break the stalemate and go for an attack. Whether he's going to commit fully on in, it looks like it as he warps in a bunch more zealots. Oh, that was the prism of stats that just went down, I believe. He's now going to push up the ramp towards the 4th base, try and lock this area down.
All right. Coming up a ramp there for stats. Not the greatest of ideas. And it looks like Zoun's going to be able to hold here, warping an additional reinforcement, but the zealots are on top.
Yeah, stats just rolled that attack by Joan, and I believe that is why we see macro in PvP prevail. That attack did not go well. Yeah, if Joan does not die here, I will be amazed. He's thrown up a bunch of cannons and batteries to try and hold on, but he's got like a Archon and 5 zealots. Stats himself has got a bajillion zealots, so good luck, Joan. He's got an immortal now, but Stats has got 2. He's got 2 Archons. The static defense isn't going to do much as it's just being picked off. Joan wants to bait Stats into a bad fight, but he knows it's over. GG.
Yeah, that was just all the zealots known to man, or pro